And he's about to star alongside Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman in the new film, The Bucket List. But you know him best as the hard-hitting FBI agent on the crime drama Numbers.
What happened?
I got this ex-contractor who's having paranoid fantasies.
And what, David trades himself? I mean, what's that about? And why didn't you stop him?
He made a judgment call.
We're going to end up assaulting. It's just the way it goes.
Let's say your positions. No one moves until I say. All right? Why don't you get a line on Blakely as the background? Liz!
And welcome, Rob Morrow, to the show. Yay! High five! Woo! No soup for you?
No soup for me. It's too
now,
early.
You live in L.A. right now, as I like to call it, law.
Yes.
But
I live here as well.
You're originally from New York.
I have an apartment here as well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Well, isn't that nice?
I got the life, man.
So what do you do when you come back to New York?
You know, the first thing I do is walk the streets and get picza. That's always the first thing. I go to the museums.
Which pizza place?
Well, I guess one of my favorites is Stromboli on is it Stromboli on University in 11th or 12th?
Stromboli, send him a cut.
But you know, John's Pizza, just any New York. Coronet on 113th and Broadway. I have my steaks out. Stromboli on 8th and 2nd.
All right. No doubt about it. He's a New Yorker.
I am.
Now, the show is in its 4th season,
yeah,
but production has unfortunately stopped.
Yeah,
you walked the picket lines yesterday. How did you stay warm?
It was cold. It was brutally cold. Man, it was rough. But it's funny because there's so many people I haven't seen in so long, so many great old friends. All the people that worked on Northern Exposure, all the writers were out there, just so many friends. So I was warmed by them.
Do you have any clue as to what lies ahead?
I wish I knew. It's really it's rough. I mean, there's a real sense of foreboding out in L.A. and I don't feel as much here. But it's a lot of people are going to be out of work. A friend of mine who runs Ugly Betty was just telling me he's got crew people that lost their house to the fires and now they're going out of work.
Double
it's
whammy.
Just crazy.
All right. Moving on to more positive news, you are also in the upcoming film, The Bucket List, which just now was named one of the top 10 movies of the year by the National Board of Review. You know, you star alongside Jack Nicholson as well.
I wouldn't say I star. I'd say my
Your sidekick?
My billing is bigger than my part. But you know, it was they called and said you got 7 scenes with Jack, and I said before I even read it, I said I'm there. Before we shot it, I think they cut about 2 or 3, and I don't even know how many are left in the movie. But it was a dream come true, and it was, even though I've done some pretty big things, it was a high point of my life.
What was the first thing Jack said to you?
He said, I said, "Hey Jack, I just want to say hi." And I'd met him years before, and he went, "Did you work out all that?" I won't use the word he used. He went, "Did you work out all that stuff?" And I went, "What?" Beep. I didn't know what he was talking about, and then finally I realized he was talking about all the medical stuff I had to figure out because I play his doctor.
Oh.
And the time I met him years ago, before I was at the President Clinton's inauguration, and I said, I just turned to him, and there he was at a little party, and I said, "Hey Jack, I got to say hi. I'm Rob. I'm an actor." And he went, "Rob, watch me head for the back rail." He turned, climbed over the fence, and disappeared into the night.
Wow. Is he the coolest guy you've ever met?
He's the coolest guy I ever met.
Were you intimidated all by him?
Not so much, you know. If I were younger, I think I would have been, but I was so excited. It's like being an athlete and getting to play with a great athlete. They make you better, so I was more excited to see what... I would go in with questions every day. I would write them down the night before about this movie, that movie.
You know what? We've given enough plugs for Jack. Let's talk about you. What role do you play in the movie? I
play his doctor, and he makes me become Morgan's doctor.
Okay. Well, we love that you're here. Thanks for being here with us.
My pleasure.
And coming up, the new episode of Numbers airs Friday, December 14th on CBS, and The Bucket List hits the theaters on Christmas Day. So you have to go see it with your whole entire family.
Hi.